Welcome back, everyone. It's Carson Daly filling in for Wade Boggs fan. Now, just kidding. I guess on Wednesday's live stream with Mike, baseball collector, someone in the comments and chat pointed out that I guess I look like Carson Daly, former host of MTV, one of the shows there. Believe it or not, it's not the first time that I've heard that I sort of look like Carson Daly. So I guess there's worse people to be compared to and say you look like. So I guess I'm flattered. Speaking of the live stream on Wednesday, I had a great time chatting with Mike, baseball collector, and thank you for all those who joined the chat and participated. I guess the one thing I regret is that I didn't get really a chance to see a lot of the comments and things that were said during the live stream. This is only the third one I've done, so I need to get better at holding a conversation with the guest and also checking out some of the comments. Mike did a good job helping out, picking out people who said hi and had questions and things like that. So I need to get better at that, but thank you for those who, I think at one point we had close to 30 people in the chat room listening to us. I can't believe it lasted close to 2 hours. I think originally we were maybe shooting for an hour and it just went way past that, but we had a good time. Thanks again, Mike, for joining me. And I guess for another, I'm thinking of in terms of doing future live streams. And if you've been watching my videos, at the end I do trivia time. Didn't know whether you guys would be interested in me just popping on live sometime, just doing some trivia. I'm not sure if there'd be any prizes or anything like that, or whether you would forget about trivia, just have me pop on at some point and just have a chat. It would just be, I guess, me on video with you chiming in. But let me know your thoughts on future live streams. I'm getting more used to them. I like them. Or if there's any other guests that you think may be good for me to have on for a hobby talk. So with that, the title of this video is The Search for the Holy Grail. And in terms of the hobby, generally speaking, a collector's holy grail is one card that they would really like to own and probably would never own, either because of the rarity or the cost. Some people may say, oh, geez, my holy grail card would be a T206 Honus Wagner. And for most of us, that's unattainable. So it's that unattainable card. I'm looking at it a little bit different way in terms of definitely not value. That what I'm searching for here is not really valuable, just hard to find. I think I told the story maybe briefly in an older video. As you know, being a Boggs collector, I look for all different variations and errors and things like that. I showed off in not too many videos ago, the 1989 score Boggs card that on the back had the word season spelled wrong and corrected. And the error is really hard to find for a card that it's pretty much in common bins, even though Wade Boggs is a Hall of Famer. And you don't see them listed on eBay that much, but they're hard to find, the error, the misspelling. Then there was another one that I had just found recently, didn't know existed at all. I think it was the 1992 score Dream Team, where on the back, most of the cards were missing the copyright and the year. And I happened to realize that on eBay that there's this other version that exists with the copyright, and managed to find one fairly easily. It didn't take me too long to find a copy on eBay, so I added that. But my longest running set of cards. There's actually, I think there's 9 in the set, 9 or 11. Star Company. It's non-licensed, so I know a lot of you purists out there don't consider them cards, but as a player collector, they're neat sets and cards to collect. But the Star Company, at least for this year, in 1988, put out like I said, I think it's a 9-card set of it's called the Star Nova. They had various types of designs, and they had platinum, they had gold. This one was Nova, and it has brightly colored borders and stuff. And most of the cards, most of the sets have a glossy front to them. But I had heard, and at one point, maybe 10 or so years ago, there was supposedly a matte version where the front of the card was missing the glossiness to it. Now, I haven't, again, held one, seen one, but I assume that it was out there. And one came up on eBay, and the reason why I didn't buy it is one of the cards had a big crease in one of the corners. So I passed on it, thinking, hey, don't worry, I'll find another matte version. Well, I've yet to find one. Now, I had that original set in the glossy. Some time ago, I saw another set listed. And I think maybe there were only 500 sets made. And I asked the seller, I said, could you, are the front of the cards glossy or matte? And they got back to me and said, well, it's sort of hard to tell. And I'll explain why it's sort of hard to tell when I turn the camera around. But they said, it looks matte. It doesn't look like it has a glossy finish. I'm like, oh, great. So I bought it, got it, looked at the front of the cards, and they're glossy. A little bit time after that, another set came up. And again, I asked the seller, I said, do the front of the cards look glossy or matte? And he says, I think they look matte. Bought that set, and it's glossy. So this time around, I saw another set. Now again, these sets, again, I'll show you, they come in sealed bags. And the plastic used, it's a dull plastic. So it's really hard to tell. So I'm not faulting the sellers. It's really hard to tell whether the cards have a glossy front to them or not. So again, I asked this seller. He originally had the set, I think, for $29.99. And I'm like, I'm not going out on a limb and spending $30 if it's going to be another glossy. He came back and said, I think it has a matte finish. I'm like, okay. Well, again, it was $29.99 opening bid or something like that. I let it go. Again, $30 for that set is a lot. No bids on it, and he relisted it for $9.99. And so I bid on it. I was the only bidder, so I picked it up for $9.99 plus shipping. So I have the package here. I opened up the package just for ease of the video here, but I'm going to reveal it and look to see if indeed I found my holy grail. I'm not holding my breath though. I'm pretty certain it's going to be the glossy, and my hunt will continue, but we'll find out on this video whether it's the matte version or not. Plus, I have 2 other cards that I got in the mail, one Wade Boggs card, one vintage graded card. So let's turn the camera around and cross your fingers to see if I got the matte version. All right, before I do the reveal of the Star Nova set, I'll show you the 2 cards I got in the mail. The first one, we'll start off with Boggs. It's from the 2000 Topps Allen & Ginter X. It's the mini version. Really like the look of that. Same back as the standard Allen & Ginter. but is the mini version. And then picked up this really nice 1980 Topps Nolan Ryan in an 8. Really good centering. Maybe top to bottom a little off, but corners are fairly sharp. Nice example of an 8 there, and the back is really nice as well. Yeah, left to right, it's off, but little diamond, but I don't care about the back so much. It's a nice clean copy there of Nolan Ryan. So I think I have 1980, 79, and 78 in 8s. And then the 77, I think I have in a pretty sharp looking 6. So another addition to my 1980 Topps run. All right, here we go. Like I said, I kept, well, before I actually get to the package, I want to show you how these sets typically come. So here's the Nova set, and it comes in a really dirty, thick plastic bag. Now I had cut this bag open to get to it, and I just taped it shut. They don't normally come taped like this, but if you look at it, okay, that's the glare of the plastic. You can't really tell whether the card is glossy or not. So let me take one card out, and you can even see with my fingers how dirty that plastic is, probably aged over the years. But if you take the card out, now you can even see on the back, see the gloss, and on the front, it has a gloss to it. This is not what I want to see, but I have a feeling I will. So 73, it is 11 card set, actually, not a 9 card set. It's an 11 card set. So let's see what we got here. Like I said, I opened up the package just for ease, but I did not look inside. So here is the package. And that's how it came. And so let's see here. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to cut it open here. I'm not going to look at the back. Again, so far, I don't know. It's doubtful, I think. But I'm going to open it up here. All right, and see what we got. Do we have a winner? I don't believe so. If you can already see, that's looking pretty glossy. And it's the glossy version. The hunt for the Holy Grail continues. Oh well. Neat cards. Might as well show you the entire set here since I have them pulled out. Again, they are, most of these I believe were taken during spring training. So there's one there. Different stats, all-star stats, postseason stats. Again, I cannot blame the seller on this. I'm not accusing him of lying, because with that plastic, it is so hard to tell. I think from now on that if I see a sealed set, I am not going to even bother asking the seller. I've been burned, I guess you can call it technically burned, 3 times. I'm not looking to spend any more money on these Nova sets, even though, again, they are pretty cool. But, again, I'm looking for the matte version. So, there you go. Yeah. Slightly disappointed, but overall, I can't say it was unexpected. So we'll take those out here, this glare here. And we'll put the Nolan Ryan back up here because it's now trivia time. And the question which a couple of you got right, the question from the last video was, who had the most American League MVP votes in the 1980s, yet was never the MVP? So who had the most American League MVP votes in the 1980s, yet never was the MVP? And the answer is Eddie freaking Murray. Now, I don't know how many votes he got during the decade of the 80s, but in any given single year, he just didn't have enough to win the MVP in the American League. So I'm not sure even, how many years he may have finished second or third, but I guess he was always the bridesmaid in the 1980s for the MVP award. So the new question for this video: in the 1960s, one batting title was won by the only player who hit over 300 in the season for that league. Who was that player, and bonus points for the year? So again, in the decade of the 1960s, there was one batting title won by a player who was the only one in their league to hit at least 300 for the year. Everyone else batted under 300. Who was that player? And bonus points if you can get the year. So that's all I have. Boy, I wish I was able to get that matte version, but oh well. Life goes on, and the hunt goes on. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.